to the Nightcap, your TA home. Everybody knows we trade in them zones. Late night, no sleep, yeah, we keep it real. Crypto moves fast, no time for the feels. TradeFly rocking charts, he about to take flight. Crypto Nightcap, where the dark meets the bright. This path ain't cheap, you can dream while you sleep. Steady building wealth, invest in yourself. Breaking it down, good vibes in sight. The makers in tight, adjusting my sight. It's all or nothing, this is how we attack. Get your head right, it's a Crypto Nightcap.
What is going on, crypto fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. And boy, oh boy, do we got some things to talk about today. Bitcoin hitting an all-time high. I think we got the old Trump pump, but we also have a very special guest on today. We are crushing it. We are bringing y'all the fire, guest after guest after guest. Let's go. We're going to go ahead. We're going to bring him up because it's none other than the man, the Biomex. He's part of the Billy Goat Tales team. If you guys are not familiar, you should be, because we just had one of them on yesterday as well. Crypto Pollo, Cluck Cluck, my guy. Hopefully he's over in the chat as well. He was good peoples to have on. And of course, you know I don't do this alone. I got the man, Detroit's own, my boy, FD White. Let's go ahead and bring him up. Y'all know it. What's up, Bio? How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
It's good to be absolutely. Absolutely. How'd the space go last night? I know you guys had a pretty big space last night. You had the presidential election going on, so it was crazy times yesterday. It was an absolute landslide, though. The Republicans just took everything. It was kind of crazy. It was, I thought it'd be a little more contested than that, but it wasn't. So I know, obviously, I'm going to be respectful here today. There's going to be some people that are upset about the outcome, and there's going to be some people that are happy about the outcome. So we will try to refrain from telling you how we feel. But what I will ask, one, is how do you guys think this is going to affect crypto? Like, do you think this is going to be bullish, or do you think it's going to be bearish? And we will leave it at that.
Yeah, so last night's space went really well. Of course, Army Piper brought the fire. We were talking a lot about what the influence could be on crypto. However, we also got into a little bit what it means. That we had someone, our friend Andy, her husband had he tried to go vote in Pennsylvania, and I can't recall the exact verbiage of what she said, but basically they weren't going to be sure if his vote was going to count. They'd have to go look at it, but within 7 days they'd figure out whether they were going to use it or not. So we pulled up, the actual pa.gov website to tell her how she could find out what would happen with his vote. And of course, Piper helped us, go through some of the charts with some crypto, and also we shared the map as things were unfolding. And then we went to YouTube and we streamed for about 2 hours. Crypto Billy stayed with us for about an hour, and then the second hour we decided to do some stream hopping. So we went over to Frankie Candle's channel, we went over to Crypto Lifer's channel, and some other channels. So we had some fun with that.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's actually super cool. Bouncing around, raiding some streams, man. That's always a good time. And I know content creators are very appreciative of that. When people come by to say hello and bring the team with them. So we try to do that for our friends and our family as well. You guys are always familiar because we show up there all the time. But also, Randy Hipper, Alex O, also part of the fam. Joe, Trade Intuition. We try to get over there and say what's up to all those people as well. So right on. Let's go ahead. Let's get over to the chat real quick. Let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. That's something we love doing here. I love, just shouting out to people, let them know, we do care, and, just say what's up, man. All right. We got Crypto Farmer 24 in the house. He said, celebrating Bella's B-Day. I officially have a teenager. Good luck. I got a 12-year-old, soon to be 13, and he's already acting like he is 13. So
that's
it can
my best
only.
friend of over 40 years.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, welcome to the chat, my friend. If you're a friend of BioMX, you're a friend of ours. Let's see here. We got username in the chat. What's up, dude? How are you? He is always in here every night. We love him. And I put a plant right here. See that? See that little bonsai tree? I put that in there just for you, username. For you, dog. All right, Crypto Chef. Hola, what's up, dude? How are you? Alexandra G's in the house. Welcome back, lady. We missed you yesterday. Harp. He said, oh my, you know it. You know we're bringing the fire music for the intro and the outro. Let me know which one you want tonight. I will play that for you, Harp. All right, scrolling down here. Who else we got? Eric, my man. Eric Ballinwallen's in the chat. He said, let's go. That's all I'm going to say, Eric. That's all I'm going to say. Let's go. All right. And of course, I'm in there. Who else we got? Crypto Billy. He's in the house. Got the heart emojis going. Hey, much love, fam. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. He's the man. He is the man. So, and I will also here, once I wrap this up, I'll give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about Billy Goat Tales also, because I want to give you that opportunity here. Crypto Pollo, the man we had on yesterday. What's up, dude? Cluck. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Andrea's in here as well. Indie Rock Crypto's in the house. My dude. And let's keep on scrolling here. Athos, my dude, he's here. He's actually here, by the way. So I'm in Palm Springs right now. You guys can't see it, but I am in a hotel. But he's here. We're gonna play some golf tomorrow. So it's gonna be good times, man. It'd be really cool. Max H is in the house. What's up, dude? How are you? Good to see you, bro. Crochet, no dinero. He said, hola, I heard this is number one Piper Academy show. Big if true. You heard correctly, my friend. You heard correctly. This is the number one show on Piper Academy. We're always messing with Piper, just reminding them that we actually are the number one show. Alex O Crypto, my dude, he said, bye ETH. Oh, you selling it, huh? Or did you sell it? I know he was talking about selling some at one point. Who else we got in here? Late Game Crypto with Josh Noriega. He said, obviously bullish. All right, right on. I mean, respect. I can't argue with you. I think it's bullish as well. Let's see here. Scrolling down a little bit more. I think we might be getting to the end of the chat. Let's see. Army Piper's in the house. Martial Law's in here. What is up? What is up? And then I think that, oh, Al Jr. Almost missed you, bro. Sorry, sometimes the chat skips. You guys are keeping it flowing here. So let's see what we get. And that is, one last one sneaking in there. ADA Lego fan. Where are the corn? I got nothing for you. All right, cool. Wraps that up. FD, how are you doing, my friend? How was your day? I think your pockets should be nice, heavy, and green right now. I don't see your hater blockers on yet, so we must not be high enough for you. Maybe you're waiting for the altcoins to catch up with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is through the roof, bro. So when are the shades coming on is what I need to know.
I got them right here, man. But today is a day that I want to try to be a little bit humble, man. A lot of, like you said when we first started off, man, a lot of people were upset. So when I open up X, it's just everybody celebrating. When I open up my Facebook, everybody's sad. So it's like right now, everybody's like, it's me. For me, I'm just like, I'm making money, man. But you got to also think about other people, and a lot of people are still they don't understand what's going on. And even though we are happy that a lot of people are happy that we got a pro crypto president, that does not solve a lot of the problems. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but yeah, we making money. Like I'm watching trades right now. I'm in ETH long right now. We talked about ETH 8 hours ago. We jumped in at about 2,600 and some change. We're riding it up. We put an Ondo trade in the Piper Academy Discord. We're up on that. Like this is the time where you print money. So this is one that we've been waiting on, and we're gonna take full advantage of it. So keep watching, because I got a lot of alpha, a whole lot.
So what FD told me is all his conservative friends are on X, and all his other friends are on Facebook. Is that what?
Yeah,
is that it?
Yeah, I'm done with the election. I'm done with everything, man. I'm just glad it's over with and everybody can move on. If you're happy, if you're sad, whatever it is, you know, still got to take care of your family, still got to make money, and crypto is the fastest vehicle. So make sure you tune in to the Crypto Nightcap.
There it is, man. We can turn that frown upside down. Buy some crypto. All right.
Yeah, make
Here
money.
we
That
go.
make everybody happy.
Yeah. Right on. Bio. All right, man. I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell everybody who you are and what you do and your role with Billy Goat Tales. The floor is yours, my friend. Let's hear it.
Hey, thank you, brother. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so I'm the Biomex, the Bionic Mexican. Some people call me Tex-Mex Biomex, and so I've known Crypto Billy for probably going on 3 to 4 years now. I think both of us can't recall exactly when. It was sometime during that 2020 2021 timeframe that we got familiar with each other in the DCA Discord after watching some YouTube channels and going in there. And really, it was a prepper group, right? Whether you're prepping for end times, whether you just need to stock some extra food and make sure when the stores get raided, you're still good. That's where we started meeting. And then we went to Consensus 2023. Actually, is the same time that I met Army Piper. That same year, I met Army Piper. I met Crypto Billy. We went to the conference together, and just the journey together on leadership and supporting other communities and finding a way that we could give back started. So last year sometime, we kind of filled up the rest of the team with some pieces that we needed to make it a great experience. So, of course, we've got Redman, we've got Crypto Pollo, Cluck Cluck, we've got Jimmy Jam, and then Crypto Billy. And then we brought Dave Digital on to help us with a lot of digital type of production stuff. And then Andrea, she's our mod from day one in our Discord, and she's learning and helping and always tries to feed us ideas of things that we can give back to the community. So, yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, you guys are awesome, like through and through. And I mentioned it yesterday, all of you just genuinely good people. And that's, I think, really, really important. And that's part of what you guys are and what you embody. And I love it. So love any opportunity I get to hang out with you guys, talk to you guys. Truly a blessing to meet all of you. And yeah, look forward to definitely doing some more stuff with you guys. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and get over to some of the news today. I got to cover this. Obviously, we have a new president. And so, Donald Trump officially elected. They did have the concession, I believe, call or speech given by Kamala. This pretty much is a wrap. I know a lot of people were talking about, hey, this could drag out throughout the week. This wasn't even close. It was not even close. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Ran away with it. All the battleground states pretty much were red. So that is that. Here's a little funny video I saw on X. I don't know if you guys watch football or not, but Saquon Barkley had one of the most ridiculous runs this weekend. It was just insane. He literally hurdled someone backwards. It was unreal. But of course, the internet always wins, and we had to add a little Donald Trump to that. So let's go ahead and get on to the more important stuff here. Coinbase. We have talked about Coinbase quite a bit. That's one of the few stocks that I point out to you guys. I kind of do a little TA on here, kind of mixing it in a little bit, not just crypto specific, but we were at some key levels. And, I'm not saying that I would have predicted we were going to jump 31.11% in a day. And Robinhood is also up 19.63%. Both of those are involved with crypto. However, that being said, we did hit some pretty key areas of support. We have talked about that with Coinbase. And now, it was a good opportunity if you would have held over those support levels or at least played those areas that we were talking about. So Coinbase looking good, and for obvious reasons, right? A lot of people are bullish today. I think the market in general was very bullish in terms of who got elected. I think that they were looking for that, and it's been very bullish, to be honest with you, for more than a year now. 2023 was essentially a bull market. Let's call that what it is. All right, all-time highs for NASDAQ, S&P, and the market continued to go up. There was a little bit of a pullback, but again, it set more all-time highs for the S&P. The market in general has been pretty healthy. It's been very, very resilient more so than we would expect given a lot of that data that's been coming out. We've had some poor job numbers at times. The labor market was looking a little weak. There was a lot of data that came through that would have kind of pointed us towards a potential recession. Yet we haven't really seen the recession. Just depends on how they calculate it these days. But that being said, inflation, they said that's coming down. I would argue that that's a facade, because inflation, if you say, okay, what is real? What am I really spending my money on? Is my pocketbook still being highly affected by inflation of things that we actually need and utilize on a daily basis, a weekly basis? You would say that no damn way that inflation has come down any whatsoever at all, because I'm still paying $8 for a box of cereal. And my electricity is going up and it's almost doubled, and insurance is almost tripled, so all the things that you're using, consistently as a consumer, those things are still very, very high. So again, I think that data has been somewhat manipulated in a way. It has not been very transparent, right? They have removed some of those key components of inflation out of the numbers, right? And then they kind of try to slide in the fact that, when we're talking about GDP, one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is when you're talking about GDP, it actually includes government spending. And a lot of people don't realize that. So if you're having this crazy high government spending and you're saying, oh yeah, GDP is good, not really. Like, not if that side of it is so inflated. That's actually bad for us still. So I think it really kind of need to revamp the way that they're looking at some of this data so that it is a little bit more transparent for the people, and so that we can actually understand it, and so that it makes sense, so that we're getting the truth out of the data, so that we can really assess the situation. Because right now it feels like monopoly money, and it just feels like the rules are made up and the points don't matter, to be honest. So there I go on a tangent. That being said, I guess I'll turn it over to you guys, see if you guys have anything to comment, kind of what you're feeling on those things as well. Bio, we'll start with you.
Well, on the Coinbase side, I've been actually looking into ways to try to figure out if I can find some solutions on how small businesses can onboard crypto, can put that in their portfolio, can find a way to bring it to the marketplace and use that effectively with clients, whether it's a small mom and pop or maybe a little bit larger. And Coinbase has really been moving in the payment side. They've been really partnering with the payment community to try to be part of that. They've got a Coinbase, I think it's like Coinbase. It's not corporate. There's a division of Coinbase that's actually moving into that payment side to try to work with businesses. So that might be part of the reason why they've had some little bit more success on their stock. But that's an area that I'm looking into. I'm trying to find ways to help small businesses, like I said, and that's some of the series, like I said, that Andrea helps us with. She gives us some ideas, and some of us start running with some of those left and right to try to put some products together. So that'll be something we'll talk about further later when I've got a lot more information on it.
Okay, right on. FD, over to you, man.
Coinbase going up, Robinhood going up is just one of them things that happens when crypto goes up. So everything that's crypto related is going to go up. You see MicroStrategy, I think it's taking over the market cap of Ford, like at 50 billion or something crazy like that. So it's a lot of things like that's going to happen as this market keeps evolving, as we stay bullish. And I think we're going to be bullish into Q1. Like we're talking about, you were talking about the recession and all that. It's still not off the table. Like, to be completely honest with you, like my whole thesis is that now they don't have to put on these airs. Now they don't have to like manipulate this data, and they might want to dump it on them. They might want to just let it all crumble on them. But we're gonna ride this trend. We're not gonna try to make any predictions. We're gonna ride the trend until proven otherwise. We're gonna make a lot of money, and we're going to make sure we take profits. That's the number one thing. Me and Rob from Digital Asset News, we try to come with a video like every 6 months telling people to make sure you are taking profits. Make sure you are taking profits. So I took my own advice. I took a third of my XRP, sold it to get some dry powder, and then I sold all of my Matic Pole So I took all that money and dumped it back into the market before the election. Now I'm up like 5x already in like 2 days. So I'm going to take that back out, let that sit on the sideline, and then we've been trading as well. And so it's just the time is now to really be locked in. And like when it comes to inflation, man, like even if inflation is, it is coming down, but the prices are not coming down. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Like inflation can come down. It just means that the prices are going up a little bit slower. So it's a lot of things that, the average person doesn't know. I mean, I didn't know until I really went down the rabbit hole. So it's just, we can't fault anybody for not knowing. A lot of these things you have to be willing to learn and kind of be an autodidact when it comes to a lot of these things. So hopefully everybody's in tune, and especially the ones who are kind of weary about how the world is going to go. One thing that can save you from a lot of things is having money. Let's just be real.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really sound advice, man. Take profits, have an exit strategy. I think, we probably went on a 10, 15 minute tangent about that. Me and FD did on the show here, I don't know, probably a week ago or so. And it's so important. And there's different ways to mitigate risk. And that alone can save you in trading. Just having a risk management, like a plan, right? Like if you do 3-to-1, whatever the case may be, if you lock in your profits with a stop loss, if you take out your initial profit and just play on house money once you are in profit, there's so many different ways for you to protect yourself, but it is very important that you do. And when you get into times like this, what I would suggest, because I obviously cannot give financial advice, but I would very, very much look at, hey, where am I happy even if this pulls back to? Where am I okay that, all right, I take these profits or I take my initial investment. Where is that point at? And find that and then mark that on your chart at least, so that you can really evaluate, what you want to do once the price actually gets there. All right. So if we get up to an all-time high, like, hey, all right, what am I going to do here? Am I going to take out a piece of it? Am I going to take out a third? Am I going to just win the trade? That it is up to you. I just want you to be very, very careful of not riding something all the way up and riding it all the way down. That being said, with Bitcoin, I don't know if there's going to be an all the way down at this point. Like there's a lot of money that's been thrown into crypto. There's a lot of money that's specifically been thrown into Bitcoin as of right now. You have institutional investment. I don't know that we'll see bear market lows ever again. Can we pull back? Definitely. Can we get close? Definitely. I don't know that we're going to see, a 15K Bitcoin though. I think that might be a thing of the past. Personal opinion, obviously my own 2 cents. Because you guys will come back and be like, you said Bitcoin would never go there. I'm broke now. It's your fault. But that's just kind of the way I'm feeling right now. Right now, I'm very, very bullish on crypto. I'm very, very bullish on Bitcoin. I think, to me, and I've said this on the show quite a few times, it is now a certified investment. All right, like the times of getting rich like quick off Bitcoin, I think those are gone. Right, that's a thing of the past. Where is Bitcoin going to be in 5 years? Bitcoin, I think, will outperform many, many companies in the market. I truly believe that. I think that it will be a good investment, and you can look back on it, and that's something you'll be like, hey, that was good. That was a good trade I made there. I bought it at 30K, and look at me now. I've doubled my money. So that's probably a vast majority of you that are sitting in the chat right now did not buy Bitcoin at even 69, 68, 67K. You guys have been in Bitcoin for a minute. So a lot of people are sitting in profit right now. So hey, play a little music. All-time highs. We got to celebrate a little bit, right?
TradeFly, I got something to say. So
let's see it. Let's hear it.
Friends and family, man. Like when I got into crypto, I was the crypto evangelist. I'm trying to tell everybody about it. I'm trying to warn everybody about what's going on. You know how you are when you first get into crypto. I wrote a book in 2023 called Stop Being Late to the Party. Like I did everything that I could. I told people buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. This was like 17K after the FTX collapse to happen, and people was just like calling me like, "Hey, I told you Bitcoin was gonna go bankrupt," and I'm just sitting there like, "Okay, God." And then now when I post something, it's like they don't even want to. It's like I don't want to be like, "Hey, see, I told you." So a part of me is like a little bit sad, but I keep telling them like we probably got a little ways to go up. You know what I mean? But it's just one of them things where I want to celebrate, but I don't think it's time to celebrate. And a lot of these are still unrealized gains on my side, so I'm not going to celebrate too early until I realize some of these gains back into dirty fiat or back into Bitcoin. So we'll just
Dirty
we'll
fiat.
celebrate one day, but not yet.
That's fair. That's fair, man. Hopefully, man. I ain't even gonna say what I just about to say, but there's ways. There's ways around. You don't have to go back into dirty fiat if you don't want, man. But Bio, man, what are you thinking, man? How you feeling about the sentiment right now? I feel like retail is gonna start coming back in all-time highs. We got a pro crypto president, pro crypto. A lot of elected officials that got in are pro crypto. I think this is it, man. I think this is where people start jumping in. And obviously people jumped in. The reason I know people jumped in is because that we pumped off the all-time high. We went from 73 and we kept on moving up, which means retail. That's all that screams to me is retail. Institutions are not that silly. They don't buy at the all-time high. That's not smart money. That's retail. So,
oh yeah, 100%. I mean, even at the Bitcoin conference, Trump wasn't normally scheduled to be, or he wasn't scheduled to originally be on the speaker stage. But why did he go? Because he could see that there is a drive towards crypto, and he made it. And he gave a speech, and not everybody in the audience liked when he said he's going to take crypto and have the U.S. Back that to the dollar. Not everybody there liked it. A lot of Bitcoin maxes like, no, I don't know about that. So the jury's out whether it should or not. But are institutional groups in there? Is institutional money in Bitcoin? Of course. And you can see that it just continues to expand and grow. And there may be some pullbacks, but I think that's going to follow along with the normal economy. I don't know that it's going to have the big swings like it did before. Now, I'm not the charts guy. I do more spot trading. I've been successful with that myself. I don't do day trading or that type of thing. However, I buy when it's low. I hold. I sell. I don't wait till the top. And kind of like Rob from Digital Asset News, he was on our X Space a while back. He's like, nowadays I just tell people to don't bother. He's like, I used to chase everybody and try to tell them it's time, but now I tell them don't bother. And then sometimes they come to him and then they genuinely want to know, right? But
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still think DCA is king when it comes down to it. And one of the things too, let's talk about that. All right, DCA. Why do I say that's king? All right, I've gone through this example a couple times before. If you would have started the DCA at 69K, all right, 69K, and this is in, I want to say 2021. All right, DCA'd all the way down to bear market low. Once you got back to about 30K, over that period of time, once you got about to, I think it was about 30,000, you would break even. All right, so understand too, you're like, well, 69 divided by 2, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I know. But you gotta include the time into it. So if you're DCAing over a weekly period, it's not gonna be perfect. All right. So anyways, 30K, you would have broke even. Now, where would you be? Think about that. You would have exponentially increased your profit, right? So instead of it going 69K to 74, 75K, wherever we're at right now, all right, I think we're at like 75, $6,000. If you had one Bitcoin, you would have a lot more Bitcoin and you would have a lot more profit sitting where we're at right now. That's why I say DCA, that's a tried and true method when it comes down to it. That is what I do with the most of my traditional stocks. It's obviously IRA is kind of set up that way. 401ks are kind of set up that way to just kind of continuously DCA with each paycheck. All right. So I think it's king. The game we play is a little risky. It's a little bit harder, but the cool thing about the game that we play, especially if you're swing trading, yeah, can make that money on the way down, right? So it's not just DCAing. You could actually say, hey, if you time it right, you can make money on the way down multiple times, to be honest. And then same thing when you get that pivot and you get that move back to the upside, every content creator out here is going to look like the smartest person. All right, they're all going to look like they're geniuses. They're like, hey, look, I hit this trade. Yeah, because we're in a bull market, silly. The price is going up. Great job. You did it. You can buy every other day and hit, in a bull market, so, but that being said, I still believe that DCA is probably the best and most consistent strategy you can use as someone that's new in crypto. Over to the chat real quick. Crypto chef. You're not a chef, you're a chef. All right. Crypto chef with a $5 super chat for all three of you. Once the election happens, the date and the price, we never see those prices again for the last 3 cycles. Does it happen again? The date and price, we never see those prices again for the last 3 cycles. Are you talking about the lows?
So he's talking about every 4 years, like during the election. The election date.
There's a pump.
The election was on whatever price that was. We didn't go back to that price. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, this is gonna be different, man. Because I don't know that it was at an all-time high. Like, so I think I understand what you're talking about. Because most times after an election, you see a pretty significant move up and right. Man, I don't know. I think that we will. That's my personal opinion. I don't know.
So what was the price? 60
I'd have to look at the chart, but I think this is, yeah. It was at it was under 69K, right? When it started. It depends. Are you talking about during the election? Because once they started getting the numbers from Polymarket, all of a sudden that thing just went
shout out to Polymarket, man. Did you see how it was spot on with the map?
You could have traded Polymarket last night.
On October 25th, it predicted the actual map of the.
Oh, really?
Yep, the same exact map.
Yeah, I saw that today.
So Crypto Jeff.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna say, from my perspective, I think that price will come back down and retest all-time high. I do. And it just really depends on where you take that price action from during the election. But I do think it will come back, retest all-time high, at least show us that what was resistance is now support, which, that could be an opportunity to take a long position. I still think it's crazy to think about. I don't really like to mess with all-time highs. I like to see things kind of settle out before I get into something like that. Maybe see a couple touches of the all-time high, a couple bounces, and then kind of see, where RSI is trending, kind of bounce a couple other things as well. You kind of have to do a little bit of on-chain analysis because this is different, right? When you get to the all-time highs, you got to really start thinking about like, okay, is there going to be a sell-off? And it may not be an immediate sell-off, but at some point, people are going to start thinking about taking profits. There's a lot of like old, crypto that's been sitting there for a while. I know people talk about Silk Road a little bit. You haven't heard too much about that as much anymore, but there's a lot of that that's still sitting out there. And those people are sitting pretty right now. Even they only got a percentage back, and that percentage was still enough to put them in significant profit. So understand that is on the table, and some people might just be waiting for that 1 year mark. Understand that too. And we're starting to get towards the end of the year. We're starting to get towards tax season. It's all considerations to kind of think about. But the good news maybe is that when you have green September, green October, it's, I think, almost always followed by green November, green December. So, historically speaking, there's a few things that are on our side to give us some bullish momentum on top of the elected officials. So long story short, I still think we'll come back, retest all-time high. But that being said, I'm still very bullish.
If I remember, like after the election in 2020, we were around. I remember because I got in around 11, and then 13. It was around 18,000. Elon Musk announced that they were taking crypto payments. It went from 18 to like 45,000, so it doubled. And then we got a nice little pullback, but it never came back down to the 18. But then we did come back to 18 You know, during the bear market, we came below that. We came to 15. So I don't know if that answers the question, but it was 2 shout outs that I wanted to give in the chat as well, man. Crypto Billy, he put a book out a while ago. I know probably everybody probably already heard about it, but it's a link in the chat. If you didn't grab that book from Crypto Billy, Billy Go Tales, make sure you go and grab that book. And also, Amy Lives Crypto dropped a new video today. So make sure everybody goes and checks her out and make sure we support her as well. So that was just 2 shout outs that I wanted to give. I think both links are in the chat, so you might have to scroll up a little bit. But, you know, I just wanted to shout them 2 out.
Yeah, Amy does great content. She is the queen of some of that static content, man. She really puts a lot of time and effort. I think it's an underappreciated aspect of the videos that she does. If you don't do static content, you don't know how much time goes into the production of those videos, because there's a lot of edits, like just putting in little, like just the little details that she throws in with like things like flying in and some of like the scrolling to like other like pictures and like videos and stuff like that within that. So you're tying in basically what she's saying and telling a story with like the audio and like some of the video. Dude, it's impressive. She does a really good job with that. And
you know what? Quick story. Sorry. Quick. When I first started YouTube, I was gonna do long form video. I quit the next day.
That's
that editing and all that, it's like, oh yeah, I can't do this. I might just shoot it in my car and put it out.
I was almost done, bro. I'm with you. Like I want to say it was like 6 or 7 months. I got 1,000 subs. I got monetized. I was like, oh yeah, let's do this. And I was like, this is a grind. Like this is a grind. And then like I saw like what happens after you monetize, and I was like, this ain't worth it. This ain't worth it at all, man. Like there's no money in this. This was like a complete time suck. And I was like, man. And that is like literally the moment that I met Piper and Billy Goat Tales and all those guys. Like they were doing a space. You guys have heard this story 3 times, but they were doing their space, getting set up. Before they ever started doing spaces, it was their very first one where they were doing like a check, like an audio check, and making sure everything was working. I was like, oh, let's see what this is about, you know? And sure enough, that's how I started talking to him. But good times. Hey, shout out to Crypto Billy, man. You are very, very kind and way too generous, brother. We definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much. He gave us a $50 super chat. That's amazing. Giver's gain. Thank you so much, man. That's, again, you don't have to do that, Billy. We appreciate you, man. You're part of the fam. $1.99 and just say what's up, you know. But hey, we'll have a stake on you, man. We will definitely have a stake on you. Cool. Who else we got? Alex O, he's in here. Member for 9 months. He said, I guess I can join the guest bandwagon. Otters, goats, flies, chickens, possums, what else? Alex is always on one, man. This is like his witching hour. He's nonstop during this show, man, in the chat. He's a trip. All right.
Yeah, I started saying OGs are otters and goats.
There it is, man. There it is. Yeah, Alex O is good people's, man. He's a beast. All right. Whew, where were we? Market update? You guys want to look at that? Let's do that. Here we go. We got the economic calendar, and next up is going to be the federal interest rate decision. That is coming out tomorrow. You got the Fed press conference. That'll be very interesting post-election to kind of hear that. Little known fact. I've said it here. I don't know if I said it on this one, but I've definitely said it on the morning show. Did you guys know that Jerome Powell is actually a Republican? Let it sink in. He is. And he's actually been through multiple presidents sitting that seat. So we'll see. We'll see if he keeps his job. I don't even know how that works, honestly. Piper will know. Let us know in the chat, man. Think he's going to keep that job? Friday, November 8th, you got Michigan consumer sentiment. And then next week, you have November 13th is going to be core inflation rate month over month, core inflation year over year, inflation rate month over month, and inflation rate year over year. So pretty big data that's going to be coming out on November 13th. Keep an eye on that. And if you guys want the alpha, tune into the morning show. Piper will break it all down for you. All right, total market cap is sitting at 2.51 trillion. That is up 7.79%. 24-hour trading volume is at $219 billion.
Sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
That is up 135%. Bitcoin dominance at 59.23%. That is a decrease of 1.17%. Might see a little bit of rotation into some altcoins. Be interesting when we look at the bubbles here. Let's go over, actually, fear and greed. That is at 62, and that is in greed. All right, bubbles. It is a sea of green. Let's go ahead and update that. That did catch us yesterday here. Nero 52%. That is wild. Hex at 29.1. LDO at 35.2. Aave 28.2. Uni swap at 21.6. Big movers, man. This is crazy. Let's see. Bonk at 15.1. PayPay 18.1. I mean, you name it, it's moving. Doge 8.2, but that's already been moving. So not too surprised to see that only move 8.2%. But it had a really big move, and that was based on the news there. I mean, it's all green. It looks good. I can't even say everything else is about 5% because everything else is about 10%. All right, so looking good. Let's go over the liquidation heat map. We're going to update that as well. That one caught us the other day because I was like, hey, trend's going up. There's liquidity up here. And then it had already cleared out the liquidity by the time we actually got to it. So let's look at it on the 3-day. Obvious area that you're going to see a hot spot, and that is over the all-time high, right? So at about 77K, you can see people are coming in heavy with some short positions. So this will be where they'll get liquidated. So that's going to be probably your high leverage plays or your stop losses or a combination of. Really a combination of. All right, so keep eye on that. I would say with that, don't be too surprised to see a wick up, clear out some liquidity, and then maybe a little bit of reversal. But I think it looks like we're getting a little bit toppy here. But we'll see. We'll see. This trend is not done yet. All right. As of right now, still looking pretty healthy. But, we are kind of in price discovery, and that's where this game gets a little weird. All right. So this is where you have to be careful. So 77K, that's where liquidity really starts to build up here. And then you do have some liquidity to the downside. Very interesting to see that some of this liquidity has kind of updated and shifted over the day. But it's 72.6 is where we start, and about 71.6. So about a $1,000 range there of liquidity. Let's go ahead to, nope, none of that. Let's look at Bitcoin on the daily. So here you go. So Crypto Chef, this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? This is what I would expect to see. Looking for that OC retest, right? Let me take that out of the way. I think we come back down, we retest the all-time high, and then that's where we're kind of decision point, right? Are we going to continue this move up and right, or are we running into something where it was kind of a, buy the rumor, sell the news type deal? News is now broke. We know who the president is. We got a lot of pro crypto people in. Do we start to cool off now? That's kind of the approach I'm probably going to take, to be honest with you. I don't like messing with things when they get into price discovery. We're over an all-time high. That gives me a lot of pause. I'm not going long here. I'm going to tell you that right now. You couldn't pay me to go long at this point because we're in price discovery. And that's for me. I have my own personal rules. That's one of them. I just don't. I wait. I wait for things to settle. I wait for, something to become a little bit more clear on the charts where I can take a educated, guess at a position, at least statistically. I try to put it in my favor, by finding, confluence on the charts because, Bitcoin at this point, the news is all good. Fundamentals are all good. We know all that. Just a matter of, things laying out on the chart for me to enter into a trade. All right. So that all being said, you guys should all be familiar at this point with this channel because that's my high side target. I can't give you anything in between because there is nothing to look at. All right. We are officially price discovery. Now we could go to the weekly. We could do something like a, fib extension if you want it. And it all just depends on where you want to go. Like Do you guys want to go from fair market low to high, back down, and then take a look at that? We could do that. You have a little bit of confluence there. Not much. It's still below. You would have the golden pocket just underneath of that target trend line there of the channel. But like, there's not much you can really do. 0.5 would take you up to 78K. Maybe you see a rejection there. You know, at this point, I think it's very much speculation. All right. Very much once you get over the all-time high. So I'm personally one of those people where everybody starts to kind of get like bullish and be like, hey, it's pumping. It went to an all-time high. Like, this is when I want to get interested. That's because you're retail. And a lot of times what you'll see is it comes back to the 0.5 or the 0.618 because you have those pullbacks. You see that over and over and over again. It happens all the time. So what would we get? Do kind of the inverse of that, right? We got that. Go on the weekly here. All right, we're on the weekly. Let's make this a little bigger so we got more room to work with. Need some real estate, baby. All right. Go low to high here. Cool. See how that lines up with things. So one of the things. Nah. It's here. There you go. Like that a little bit better. So you're looking at that. I don't know, man. That's the big thing that I'm keeping an eye on right now is the all-time high and the median of this channel. Let's take that out of here. I really am not getting too tied around the fibs right now. All-time high, the median of this channel, I think is going to be key to seeing if we're going to get continuation. Because really when it comes down to it, we've just broken out of a range that we've been in since February. A lot of times what I'll say when you have a range that's this significant is that you'll regress to the mean. All right, you'll come back to the average. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this area right here and see if we reestablish this range. Because we could come down, get restuck in this area, and then we start talking about value area high, 2021 high, this trend line again. Got a lot of confluence here to see a bounce. We had confluence here. Got the bounce on the point of control. But this trend looks good. The trend is good. It's up and right. It looks healthy. All-time high, like a bounce off of that to flip this into support. Turn that green. Makes a lot of sense. All right, that OC retest and then continuation. So keep an eye on that. I mean, it's a guessing game at this point. And that's what I want to emphasize to you, to be very, very careful. That is not the case on many other altcoins right now, because the altcoins as a whole have not kept up with Bitcoin, right? Most of those aren't at all-time high. Look at Cardano. Look at AVAX. Look at Ethereum. Those still have significant areas on the charts that you guys can actually chart, look at, find resistance, find support. You know, there's so much you can still do with those. That's not there right now for Bitcoin. It's speculation being over the all-time high. So I just can't emphasize that enough. Be very, very careful at this point with Bitcoin. I personally will not take a long position right now. I'm not saying to exit. You know, I'm not saying, hey, dump all your crypto, dump all your Bitcoin. Just be very, very careful. And then, you know, if you can, set a line in the sand here. You know, find out. You know, if you bought here at the bottom of the range when we were screaming, you know, then, you know, where's your line in the sand? Where do you want to lock in profits? Things you can do. What are opportunities? Hey, I can set a stop loss here, you know, somewhere at the value area high or the 2021 high, whatever, so that if price does come back down and we get a reversal, you know, you lock in some of those profits. But again, very simple TA. The trend is your friend till the end. We could come up here. That's now in play. It's definitely in play. 91K, 90K. Will we get a rejection there? I think so. I think that you will see a little bit of a pullback in that area. And then that's another opportunity where you can take a fib retracement, come down to the 0.5, come down to the 0.618, and just rinse, repeat. Now, if you're looking at some of the other content creators out there, they're talking about this up and handle, crazy numbers, goes up over 100,000. Bull flag goes up, I think, over 100,000. That's, you can make those arguments. I mean, for sure. But as of right now, my word of the day is caution. Caution being up over the all-time high. Now, you could see it move up. Definitely. We saw this, right? We set an all-time high. You thought it was done? Nope. Came back down. Reset an all-time high. That's in play. But that's what I got. That's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Again, key numbers for you, all-time high, right? You want to see this flipped from resistance to support, the previous all-time high now. And that is at 73.855, or, about there, 73.8. All right. That's a very, very key level for obvious reasons. And this median here, again, there's confluence, 2021 high. Leave it on your chart. You'll be surprised at how often price action will come back to these legacy lines or these horizontal levels and revisit them. So 2021 high, value area high, point of control of this range. I would keep that on your chart right now until we establish a new range. I think we've broken out, but you need to see some closes on the top side of the all-time high here, the previous all-time high. You need to see some closes there before you're comfortable with saying, hey, we've established a new range. But that has been the MO of Bitcoin recently, right? Pull up, range, push up, range, and then do we push up again and establish a new range? We're going to find out. We're going to find out a lot here in probably the next month or so, 2 months. I think November and December are going to be very, very interesting months. That is what I am looking at on Bitcoin. I will pass it over. FD, you want to do some TA now? Or do you want to pass it over to... okay, let's...
really quick, because when the market gets like this, it's a few things that I need to look at. I don't have to put... but it has to be the right market condition. This is the caveat. It has to be the right market condition. Raging bull run. That's what it has to be. When you have a raging bull run, I've done so much back testing. I remember how it was back in 2020, 2021. You need to have your daily support and resistance lines. You have to have your uptrends, and you can use bull flags, bull pennants, falling wedges. These are going to be the consolidation patterns that you look for. When these coins go up, they start consolidating. Go up, they start consolidating. But that just happens when the market gets full bull. We're not there yet. We're almost there. But like looking at Dogecoin right now, this uptrend that we started, we talked about this yesterday before we broke out. We talked about this starting from October 14th. We were holding this line, lost it. I said every time we reclaim, look for a big move. Boom, reclaim this upward trend line. Then we had a nice big move from 15 cent all the way up to 18 cent. Came back down, tried to hold it, got below it, used this horizontal as resistance, came back down to this area here. Perfect TA, bounce up, reclaim, retest, reclaim of the upper sloping trend line like we talked about yesterday, blast off today. Well, yesterday, and then we no, that was what, Tuesday. So now we're making. I think who told me to look at this? I think Crypto Polio told me to look at this. He told me to look at some sort of flag. So what are we doing right now? It is looking like some sort of flag for Dogecoin. And with Dogecoin, it is technicals. We can look at this and say, okay, this is a nice technical move, but it's a lot to do with the fundamentals and a lot to do with the crypto market just moving. So this is one of the things that I look at in the raging bull run, which looks like it might be starting. We do have Bitcoin dominant starting to roll over. It's like really literally down. Like, look at this. To 59.91. We're getting a nice dump. So that's why you see altcoins starting to move. This is why you see Ethereum starting to move. We talked about Ethereum was going to wake up a little bit earlier. This is why a lot of these altcoins are going to start moving. So we'll see how we react here. We may get a bounce and then get Bitcoin going back up. Excuse me. But Bitcoin is still holding steady above this 75K area, 75,376. So that's what I like to see. So when in a raging bull run, like I keep saying, Keep it simple, stupid. And I'm not calling anybody stupid. It's just an acronym. Keep it simple. I'm back tested. I've seen this time and time again. The indicators and all that are amazing. They are definitely amazing, especially in choppy markets, especially when, a lot of uncertainty is happening in the market. But when the market is full bull, you don't need a lot of stuff. Flip from resistance to support, long. Bull flag, breakout retest, long. Like it's that easy. And this is how, well, not easy, but it gets a little more easy. And this is how people used to put the memes up with monkeys just pressing buy. Like it's that simple. Even a monkey can do it. Like that's what they mean, because it gets like that. We're not there yet, but I think it's coming. So I'm not going to be using too much TA when it comes, like too many indicators or whatnot. I'm going to be going back to a lot of just pure price action. If we start ranging and doing a lot of, more choppiness and things like that, then I'll, pull out a lot more. But for the most part, if we go, like I said, I'm going to keep using this word, full bull, I'm going to start to keep it simple, and I'm going to start to just enjoy these SR flips. That's what you want to look for. Levels that was lost that are reclaimed and held as support, and now, making our way up to the next level. And it's really like that.
Right on, man. Dude, Billy, you're something else, bro. Like, thank you. Thank you so much. We truly, truly appreciate it. He's a trip. He's in there. He's like, oh, okay, $1.99. What up? That didn't work. So what's he do? Another $50 super chat. I was looking at a different screen, man. I came back and I was like, I saw 3 super chats from you. Thank you. Shout out. Truly appreciate it. Gosh, that's
Billy, shout out to Biomex too, because Biomex helped me figure out which one of my 1 million wallets that my NFT was in. I appreciate you guys, man. I got my NFT, I got it stored, put it in my main wallet, one of my main Cardano wallets. I appreciate you guys for that, man. It's amazing. I loved doing that space when we did it. That was a while back that I spoke at, and I think all the speakers got one speaker pass. So I appreciate that. So I wanted to bring that up too.
Yeah, we still have several speakers that probably about half. That's not bad. We had 170 plus speakers over 30 weeks that ended in June, right? So in crypto, if it's gone a month, then most people are starting to forget. But we just airdropped those speaker passes last week. And even some of our close families and friends were like, hey, which wallet did you send that to? And I'd send them the transaction and help them out. So you weren't the only one. Even a couple guys on our team that I won't name needed some help trying to figure out where it was. One of them was messaging me the whole next day, but he wasn't home, so he couldn't check it. I'm like, bro, it's in your wallet. But anyways, that was fun.
You appreciate that, Bio.
Yeah, and so that speaker pass airdrop is going to serve as your whitelist to get into the mint, which is on December 15th. We actually are working with a developer to build a book reader platform. So you'll be able to read the book that comes out on December 15th. The NFTs will drop then, and that whitelist gives you a cheaper price in ADA, so on the Cardano network.
Cool. Thank you.
right on. I'm trying to go through and pull this up real quick. Just want to give you guys a little shout out, a little love, send people your way as well. Billy Goat Tales on X. This is their official page here. This is where they actually host their space every Tuesday night. It's phenomenal, and this is part of what they're talking about. Okay, so when they're saying, "Hey, this book came out and it's an NFT version," they host spaces here on X, and I mean, some of those were just absolute fire, honestly. Like, and it was everything from like relationships with people to people that work for you. I mean, just life advice, motivation. It was just hitting so many different aspects of life that you could use and you could apply. Like, and I'm super excited to go back and actually listen to the audio, because those are just things that like you could have written a book out of, and they made it, an audio book, which is super, super cool. I'm really excited to go back and listen to it. So here you go. Wanted to throw this out to you.
And the Discord link is right there in our profile. You can jump in our Discord. Not every space is in our Discord, but I might go ahead and put all of them in there. I was actually waiting till the book comes out, because there is a appendix that everybody will get that has a link to every single space that was included, that the book came from, basically. So
Right on. There you go.
And it's not
All
going to be
right.
an audiobook. It's going to be something you can read, but maybe we'll get to that sometime.
I'm a
Maybe
Marine,
someone like
man. I need crowns and pictures and audio. Okay, that's the only way I learn.
Well, you can.
So.
I'm sure you can get Snoop Dogg to read it to you. I forget which app I downloaded. It started reading me some websites and taking it that way too. I like getting audio books too.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. All right, cool. Bio, I'm going to turn it over to you, man. I know you got some things that you want to talk about as well. So the floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah. So on the Billy Goat Tales YouTube, I'm going to be focusing a little bit on gaming and on NFTs. And the Cornucopias is a game on the Cardano and on the Base network. I think the coin is also on BNB. And, there's some folks that came over from there, Kopi Boar and a few people that jumped in the chat earlier from the Cornucopias Discord. They came in to say hello. And so the vast world of Cornucopias. It's an MMO, so multiplayer game that's coming out, and they're about 2 years, maybe a little over 2 years in development, and now they're on like the pre-alpha stage, and so they're letting us jump in. They just had a new launch because last week they sold some jetpacks, so now we can start flying around, and I'll show you some of that. But this is just kind of the basic of the game there. I'm gonna see if my tabs work. Yep. So there's the Kopi token. You can see it's on the Cardano blockchain. Here's the price against ADA. Here's the price against USD on the BNB chain, on the Base chain, on Ethereum. When they launched the token, I think they said it was 1 cent. So it's a little bit up. But anyways, there's some more information here. I'm going to scroll to the bottom. You can kind of see the distribution. Can you see that all right? So
the only thing we see is the main screen right now.
You're supposed to be in the main screen. Okay.
Yeah,
Somehow, let me see if I can stop sharing and share again. Sorry about that. Let's see. Here's the Kopi token. Tell me if you got that up there.
We do. Thank you.
All right. So there's the distribution to the different teams. There's gameplay rewards. There's partnerships. There's a website up on the top. And you can see the vesting schedule there. So it looks like, to me, circulating supply is pretty close to the max supply at this time. So right there, you've got some of the numbers. So anyways, for those that like to trade, you can look at that as a token. And once again, I'm going to try to go to a new tab, see if I can switch to a new tab. And I'm going to share another one here just a second. All right, let's see. This is how people can get the game. So in order to play the game, you had to first have an NFT, either a land plot or a different type of asset. But now they are in the pre-alpha stage that anybody who wants to play it pays $10 USD and they can jump in there. Of course, you need to make sure that your system can handle it. But for $10, people can come in and just start testing out the game, which I think is awesome. All right, one more, and then we will share one last chart here, or one last section. Here's the marketplace, and this is what excites me. I haven't played it yet. I just downloaded the update, but I got this Randos Metalworks Junker Jet jetpack, so I'm looking forward to flying around the jetpack. They also have these cute corn cuties, grizzly brown brawlers. They have these backpacks basically, and then they got this super tank backpack and another corn cutie backpack here. So all these NFTs are not only on the Cardano blockchain, but on the Base. And for anybody who's jumped in, there was a free Quantum Jack head that you can wear. So I thought that's pretty cool. And then there's a burger barn. They have a whole system. They actually have hired, or not hired, but they have on their board, on their advisory board, they have a guy who is a tokenomics specialist from the traditional world. And they also have some folks that came over from traditional Web 2 to come over. So there's one of this really sleek 0G Stratos backpacks. But yeah, that's just about it as far as what I'm sharing on here. I was going to share, but I think someone already put it in the chat as far as Billy Goat Tales, that Bridge to Bitcoin Amazon book that Billy wrote, and the team. Let's see, Redman is probably next on the list. He's got the book closest along, and I'm done sharing screen, so you can pop it back to the regular window. But Redman's going to write the next kids book. We have our YouTube that every Sunday right now between like 4:30 and 5 Eastern, we're going live. We're really just kicking the tires, making sure everybody on the team knows how to use the different technology pieces, whether it's OBS or StreamYard, trying to figure out how we can make sure to bring content. And then, so each of us is going to have like a focus area. And for me, it's gaming and NFTs. And my focus on NFTs, not only on the gaming side and just as a collector, I really want to see them implemented as a real world use case. You know, I worked with a couple companies that could help me so that I can work with small businesses here in Texas that want to have tickets for events. And so they can use ticketing for events. It can be geocached so that the person has to be near the event for it to actually activate. And my goal is to help people have a seamless transition from crypto to Web 2. And so the way that I worked with these companies, people wouldn't even know that they're getting a crypto wallet. Kind of like the first Trump NFT collection went out. People were given a wallet when they bought it with a credit card. They didn't even know whether it was crypto or not. It just came into their email. That's the type of integration that I'm hoping we can see in the crypto world for NFTs.
Okay, right on, man. Some interesting stuff.
I actually own some land in Cornucopia. I bought it in like 2021. I think it was.
There's going to be a land rush event where you can go and actually claim the land plots that you want.
So I gotta find it. It's in one of my wallets.
You got to find it.
Yeah.
Oh, FD, man, here we go again.
I gotta find
be
it.
like that movie with Tom Hanks and Nicole Kidman where they went out for a land rush. That's what it makes me think of.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'll find it, man, and I'll get with you and see what I can do with it.
Dude, FD came back from travel and he was like, yeah, I don't know where any of my wallets are.
I'll admit I'm fairly new to the Cornucopias, fan section. I'd heard about them for a long time in the Cardano space, but when I went to Rare Evo in August and they said they were actually launching the game for you to play other than their racing section, I was excited because I've always loved that type of game, the MMO games. And so now that it's launching and we can test it, I'm all in. I mean, I tested Big Time back in the day. I still play Big Time. It's still in kind of testing phase. So a lot of these games that come out Web3, I've been testing. I don't do like the shooter, like fast twitch game. I just don't think I have the reflexes for it. But I love the MMO style.
That's me. I'm a junkie. Like, I know, like, when there was that thing between Call of Duty and Battlefield, and a lot of people were switching over to Battlefield, I was like, I can't do it. It's too slow. I need nonstop. It's just like people popping around corners at all time. You're dying 10 times, killing like 60 people. You know, I gotta have that, man. So,
every night I hear my son playing upstairs. Like I can hear him, just all these.
I don't make no noises,
down.
But
my mom gets scared. I'm like, it's just Austin. It's all good.
Yeah, I'll still play Call of Duty mobile here and there. Every once in a while, man. I got the little, what they call it, the claw method going on. I dominate my son at that. He dominates me at Fortnite though, man. I cannot keep up with that. Like he's like building all this stuff, and I'm like, I can't do anything when you're building these darn buildings in my way, man. I was like, let's just do guns only. Like now we're talking. I can do this. But Call of Duty, man, that's been my thing for a long time. I guess I'm getting old though now.
I pulled out my PlayStation 2 and it still works. So I'm going to go back and play some of the PlayStation 2 football games, Madden, something like that.
Oh, dude, I used to have every Madden starting with, I want to say it was 92, if I remember correctly. And I had every year of Madden, like through high school, really through college. And I should have kept that. Because I think that would probably be worth something now at this point, but it is what it is. You know how that goes.
Pick Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith and just keep piercing the spin move. I couldn't be tackled.
Bro, Barry Sanders.
It was like on Genesis.
He was not a real person.
They need to have that Saquon Barkley move.
Bro, that was nasty.
I wonder if we're going to see that next year.
Dude, yeah, that was not real. Dude, Barry Sanders back in the day. People, I mean, there's a lot of people now, like younger generation that doesn't even know about Barry Sanders, and that dude, dirty.
So let me tell you a story. So Barry Sanders, I used to work at this store called Radio Shack, And Barry Sanders he used to live
This
around
store
the
called
corner.
Radio Shack. It's a national chain, FD. Everybody knows what Radio Shack is, man. Come on,
It
dog.
might not nowadays. It might not nowadays.
Yeah, Barry Sanders would come in there maybe like a couple times every month, man. And when I tell you, this dude's calf muscle was the size of my head, man. I'm like, oh, now I see why they couldn't tackle him, and now I see why he can move like that, man. He was just he just looked like one big walking muscle, man. Even after he
Yeah.
retired, he's coming there with the shorts. I mean, I wasn't staring at his legs, but I had to see them
But I was
calf
staring at
muscles,
his
man.
legs.
They was ridiculous. They was ridiculous, man. Now I realize why they couldn't tackle him.
You don't realize those dudes are just built different. They're built different, man. You know who I saw? I don't know if you ever heard of him. Was LeVar Arrington? Met him in person one time. That dude's huge, and he's running like, I can't remember what it was for a linebacker. It was something like a 4.6, 4.5, 6 or something. It was something stupid, and he was crazy fast. He was just a massive human. He looked like a predator. Like his head was like probably 3 times the size of mine. The dude was just a massive human. But yeah, man, football players, they're crazy. They're amazing. All right, FD, you got anything else you want to look at? I'm assuming maybe one more thing on the chart here.
No, I'm kind of tired, man. I was up all night trading with that voting stuff, and then I woke up and took my kids to school, man. And then I just been up ripping and running. Shout out to OC, man. He trained me on Chart Prime today. We got part 2
Right on.
coming this week. So I've been up. I'm dead tired. I done made enough money today. I done talked to the community, talked to my family and friends. Some been mad, some not. Crypto Billy's been sending more super chats than I've ever seen. So I think it's time to get out of here, man. And just appreciate everybody for, and we got, what's today? Tomorrow we do have the FOMC tomorrow. So that's something that nobody's really talking about. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. And 0.25 is predicted to come in, but we never know what can happen, man. We never know. And we're happy and stuff right now, but it's crypto in these times, man, anything can happen. So always be ready. But I'm mega bullish right now.
Right on. I'm going to go through AVAX real quick. I saw some discussion about that in the chat. I'll keep it quick. I'll keep it under a minute. But I do want to take a quick look at that one real quick, just to show you some important levels. Okay. And the reason I'm pointing out to is because we are getting through a very critical level right now. It's where the dynamic reactor is. You guys know that likes to act as support. You can see it's going horizontal right now. It looks like it wants to flip. Okay. So if Bitcoin consolidates, right? If we don't lose the all-time high, I very much think that the next stop for AVAX, if you go back left on the chart here, you're going to look at an easy push up to 29. I'd say even a little bit higher than that. But I think really the line in the sand, when you come back left on the chart and you start looking at it, look at where all the support is here left on the chart. You see all that support, and then you see a very distinct rejection here. And at the top of this trend, what do you got? A rising wedge you got going on there. But the big thing is we're reestablishing that range. All right. So when I say, hey, we may regress to the mean with Bitcoin, we're regressing to the mean with AVAX, but it's in a positive trend. Trend was up and right. It was looking good, healthy. We fell out. Now, one of the things I did want to point out as well, we talk about these smart targets all the time. And I'm like, hey, when you're looking at these smart targets on Chart Prime, they're great. They're phenomenal. They hit a lot. But one of the things I always recommend is look at support and resistance and tie that into your trade. Okay. So very easily at about 22.8, we talked about that level with you guys. You come back up on the chart. Where's resistance? Where's support? All right. This is a horizontal level. That's usually my exit. I don't usually try to risk it and go all the way down. Now, if the smart target, let's say this didn't exist here, and the only thing you had was this one here at about 19.7. Okay, you can see I had an alert here. I was hoping it came down to there. It did not, but I was hoping for it. But if say we only had this one, and you break out, you go to the smart target. All right, I leave that alone. That's fine. Like you can exit there at the smart target, all Gucci. All right, but the thing is, when you have a support level or a horizontal level of resistance ahead of that smart target, whether it's to the top side or the bottom side, that's a lot of times where I try to beat the trade or at least beat the move and get out a little bit early. So that just being said, you get a breakout here, pattern break, that's cool. I prefer the retest on the entry. So also too, you get these breakouts. I prefer seeing that OC retest right here. All right, so this is where I would look to actually enter this trade, and this is where I'd actually look to exit that. Okay, so take that for what it's worth. Still a 13% move, Can't be mad at that. All right, key levels. All right, $30.60. I think that's very key. For AVAX, these are just horizontal levels that we're looking at. All right, these are wicks, right? This was showing you buying pressure here. Again, you had that significant rejection. And then your next one's at 33. So could be some pretty nice moves. As long as you see Bitcoin consolidate, crypto market kind of stays steady eddy. I think AVAX is going to work its way back up to $30. And from here, if we're looking at that, getting over into this range again and moving its way up, let's go ahead and do a little measurement. You're looking at about a 9% move. Okay, so I would look for a retest before you try to take this one, just because right now we're right there at an area of resistance. So you want to see the OC retest. We talked about this all the time. You want to see where it comes down, retest, and then looking for that move up and right. But just want to point a couple key levels out for you, AVAX. Saw you guys talking about that in chat. Figured I'd show you a little love there. And with that being said, let's go ahead to the trio cam, wrap this one up. Bio, my man, thank you for coming on. It is much, much appreciated. Much love to you. FD, dude.
Before we get on
there he is. That FD's segment at the end. It's called One More.
This is important.
What we got to name that? We got to name this.
I got one more too.
All right. Well, go ahead,
FD. Crypto Blood's channel has been
channel,
taken off of YouTube. We need everybody to go on X and at YouTube creators and at Crypto Blood, and we need to tell them to bring Crypto Blood's channel back ASAP.
Yeah, 100%. Crypto Blood is active.
We need to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that hopefully it comes back pretty quick. I've seen this a couple times now, more than a couple times, to be honest, with some very big content creators. I know that Investing Bros just had that happen recently, probably within the last month. Hopefully, link them up if they're not already talking. We should definitely grease the skids there, make sure they're having a conversation to see, what, they did to get their channel back so quickly. So, if they don't have that link, FD, I know you talked to both of them. Maybe you should have them kind of chat. Bio, what's up, man? What's your one more thing segment?
I'm sharing my screen. It's just the Billy Goat Tales YouTube channel, the organic channel. It's Givers Gain 111. That's all you have to look for. Givers Gain 111. So we've got 140 subscribers. Like I said, right now, Sundays, 4:30 or 5 o'clock Eastern for about an hour or two. We go live, and then we're going to start having some more regular content, just like last night we went on after part of the X Space. So give us a follow.
Right on. And if you guys can't remember it, just go down to the description. I have both their X and their YouTube accounts in the description. Make it easy peasy for you guys. Just follow those. FD, you look like you're already sleeping.
I'm tired, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
Thanks, gentlemen.
That's why I always say. Yeah, absolutely, Bio. It's a pleasure having you on. We appreciate you for coming on, honestly. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap this one up. If you guys enjoyed the content tonight, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button. We would truly, truly appreciate that. Again, go show Bio some love over with the Billy Goat Tales team. We would appreciate that as well. FD, of course, has his own channel too. So go check him out. If you're not following him, please do that as well. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We're going to get out of here. You guys have a good night. Trade safe, be safe, and we are going to see you tomorrow. With that, we are out of here.
You can still go, even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when
there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst I say and turn them to a